The class today is called Emotional Release, and we're going to work on the breath and on the hips. The hips is the area in which we tend to hold on to negativity, emotions that hurt us, and sometimes pain. Start by finding a cushion or some blankets, something that can elevate you a little so that the hips are higher than the knees. And then cross the legs in a comfortable position, not forcing, and sit relatively straight as much as you can. Put the palms face up on your legs. And we're going to do some simple breathing to begin to center and feel how the body is doing. So very slowly begin to breathe naturally. And ask yourself, where is my body at? What tension may I need to release? And as you breathe now, send the air to the belly, the torso, and the top of the chest, and release it from the chest, and the torso, and the belly. See if you can identify these three parts and send your breath down to the belly, the torso, and the chest. And on the exhale, release it from the chest, the torso, and the belly. Again, inhale from the belly, the torso, and the chest. And then exhale from the chest, the torso, and the belly. One more time. Inhale from the belly, torso, and chest. And exhale from the chest, torso, and the belly. Good. Now we'll do some asanas to begin releasing from the body's point of view. So release the cushion and put it aside. And let's start with the table pose, as we usually do, from neutral, and begin to wake up the spine by inhaling and going up with the cat, and exhaling, curving the spine. Inhale up, exhale, curving the spine down, just like a cat would do. Inhale, curve up, and exhale, curve down. One more time, inhale, curve up. Exhale, curve down, and now put the balls of the feet on the mat and then stretch the legs, but keep them bent, stomach in, and then begin to walk the dog so that you can start stretching the legs. Good. And then just lower your heels towards the mat for a full down dog. And from there, jump or place your knees on the mat to come to a seated position. Now, come onto Dandasana, straighten the legs and firm them up. The chest is open and buoyant, shoulders relaxed. And we're going to do the first hip opener exercise by bringing your foot into Janusirsasana. So I'll show you here. I bring the foot right above the knee. So I'm in effect drawing the letter P from the left leg up, and the right leg is in a triangle. This is Janusirsasana. And from here we do the usual dance. On the inhale, we straighten the back, and on the exhale, we're gonna forward bend, walk the palms forward. You just come a little forward back. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, forward for Janusirsasana A. I stay here breathing, inhale and exhale. Give the right hip an opportunity to relax. Bring the knee towards the mat. Good, now on an inhale, come up. And we're going to switch the legs. So now the right leg is extended, right foot is flexed, and the left foot comes right above the right knee Pajama Sirsasana, and we inhale and lengthen up the spine, open the chest, and on the exhale we pour ourselves down over the right leg. If you can get the stomach slightly in, that's good. This is the first hip opener of the day. And on the next inhale, come back up. We're going to do a transitional pose in between them. So we come back to table. Do one cut, inhaling up, exhaling, curving, pushing onto down dog, feeling the dog for a few breaths, and then coming back to seated for the next hip opener. Now from this seated position, we're going to put the foot over the left leg. If this is too much, you can just do it the way we were doing it before. But if you can, try to get that heel as close to the groin as you can without hurting the knee. You may think that in order to do the half lotus, we have to push the knee, but that's not the case. For the half lotus, we need to open the hip. And then the knee will drop down easily without having to force. So bring it as far back as you can, and then inhale, lengthen the spine as usual, and drop down. And breathe here. We're looking to stay for a few breaths. If you feel some discomfort because the heel is on the leg, be sure that that will pass and is only temporary. Here the hip is opening a little more because the posture is slightly more intense. So find your edge without forcing, never force, and if it hurts, of course, always stop. Again, think about letting go, surrendering to the pose. Now slowly on the inhale, come up, release the right leg, and bring the left heel on top of the right leg. Go as far back as you can, no force in the knee, but rather I think about opening the left hip. Yeah, sort of making it rotate outwards and lowering. The concentration is on the hip. So if it bothers you on the knee, move it forward or put the foot on the floor. Okay, so we inhale and lengthen, and on the exhale we lower. And we're going to stay for a few breaths here. Inhaling through the nose, let go of the face, release the jaw, staying here to give the body an opportunity to release. One more breath. Elongating the breath. And now we walk the palms back, release the left leg, cross them, and we're going to do the pose that we do in between to cleanse the palate of the asanas. So come onto table pose and let's breathe the cat. Inhale up, exhale, curve the spine, inhale, curve up, exhale, curve the spine, and then push the feet and come onto down dog so that we feel the dog in between the postures. Good, knees to the mat and sit down again. Now we're going to sit with legs wide open, as much as you can, and the legs are up, facing up, the feet are flexed, quadriceps engaged, and think of the upper thighs as rotating outwards, so they're opening, and that will give the hips an opportunity to engage and release as we go forward. So straightening and then releasing down with the elbows on the mat, and stay there for one breath, and then inhale and lengthen again and go forward as much as you can. Notice your legs and see if the knees are facing towards the ceiling. That is what we want. Feel the opening of the hips, which you can make more intense by bringing forward the lower back and walking the hands forward slightly more until when you can put your face, or your forehead rather, on the mat. Breathe here. The counter activity here is the legs facing up with the feet flexed and the torso moving forward. If you can manage that counter activity, then you'll feel the inner thighs and the hips lighting up. Good, now walk the palms back. And this time I'm going to walk the right hand towards the right heel as much as I can. If you can put the elbow on the mat, that's great. Otherwise, just walk as far as you can and then lift the left arm and bring it overhead. What we're doing here, the counter action is that the left leg is going towards the left side of the room and the right palm is going towards the right side of the room, creating a tension of opposites on the left side of the body. And we breathe. Good, lower the left arm and walk the other side. Now the left palm comes towards the left heel, elbow on the mat if you can, and then keeping the right leg engaged, bring the right arm overhead and point. And then coming back up and bringing the feet together. Now we're going to do Baddha Konasana to seal the energy of the hip openers. So for this one, we bring the feet together with the legs bent. So left leg and right leg, they're both bent at the knee, and the soles of the feet are together. The back of the feet are touching each other if possible. And I'm going to grab the toes, and we inhale and lengthen, and we exhale and go forward. Slowly with the breathing, we make our way down to wherever it is that you can go. Adjust the legs, never hurt. And the counteraction here happens between the opening of the hips and the torso moving forward. Good. Stay and breathe, giving the hips an opportunity to open in full now, since we're doing both of them at the same time. Extend the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale. And now roll yourself back up. And we're going to do a final posture. This is one of the 4 most important postures as per the ancient text that is called the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. It was written in the 1500s. We're going to put the left heel as close to the groin as I can, and then the right one in line with it. So this is the beginnings of Siddhasana. And from here we're going to do the same thing. So lengthening and going forward for one of the most important postures that will bring us eventually to a quiet meditation. We open the hips here. The counter activity here is to bring the tailbone towards the floor and then the torso forward. If you can move the arms forward, that's even better, and placing the forehead on the floor. In this posture, you're going to feel the outer side of the right thigh stretching in a new way. Breathe here and give it some time so that it can open. Long inhale and long exhale. Visualize the tailbone going towards the mat. One more breath. Feels good, doesn't it? And then on the inhale, start walking the palms back. Come to seated. We're going to change the posture of the legs. So now the right heel comes towards the groin and the left heel is in front of it. Open the chest, buoyant chest, and then move forward to relieve the left hip. Feel the counteractivity of the tailbone going toward the mat and the chest and the torso moving forward, resting the forehead on the mat if you can, or going toward your edge and then staying there. Breathing through the nose, elongating the inhale and the exhale. And hip openers are relaxing. They relieve us from emotional pain and they also relax the body. Lift up, walk the palms back. And now from here, make your way onto table posture. We'll do the last cat of the day. Inhale, curve up and exhale, curve down. One more time, inhale, curve up. Feel the difference on how the hips feel now. Curve down and then go to child pose. And stay here for a moment. Pour all the tension out of your body and relax here. After a hip opening session, this is a good posture to relax. You can take Savasana if you would like, lay down, stay here. Give yourself an opportunity to rest and check on the body and see how it feels now after the practice. Any difference? What about your state of mind? Stay there for as long as you can. Hit the subscribe button and the bell so you know when the next class comes up. And in the meantime, the light in me says hello to the light in you.